New rules for all European cruises are out. Some could impact your boarding, packing, and even your travel plans. So before your next European cruising trip, make sure you know these 9 new updates. 1. The implication of EES. Many cruise passengers will soon find themselves dealing with Europe's new entry/exit system, EES, which after what felt like endless coming soon warnings, has now been rolled out across all 29 participating countries as of April 2026. In theory, it's all about modernizing border control by swapping old passport stamps for digital records, fingerprints, and facial scans for non-EU travelers. Because apparently passports alone were just too vintage. For first-time entry into the Schengen area, passengers may be directed to kiosks to register their details, like it's some kind of futuristic airport video game. Once you've done your fingerprint and photo routine, you're in the system for up to 3 years, so at least you don't have to relive the experience every single trip. Of course, cruise rules aren't exactly consistent, because why make it simple? UK round-trip sailings are happily unaffected, and those little EU shore excursions won't trigger extra checks either. But FlyCruise passengers get the full experience at the airport on arrival, while anyone finishing a cruise in the EU will have their exit quietly logged before heading home. And yes, you're still advised to arrive early, because even though the system is officially live everywhere, some places are still clearly getting up to speed. So travelers are gently reminded to plan ahead, expect delays, and embrace the new reality of holidaying in the age of digital border queues. 2. Fresh item added to ban list. There's a new tech item quietly getting banned on some cruise lines, and honestly, this feels like the beginning of a much bigger trend. This item in question is smart glasses, including Meta glasses. MSC Cruises has reportedly updated its code of conduct to ban smart glasses in public areas on board. And before anyone starts dramatically clutching their gadgets, yes, these glasses do have legitimate uses, as some people rely on them for accessibility features or translation help. But let's be real, the cruise line is probably a little more concerned about guests secretly filming everyone while pretending they're just looking around. And if you've cruised with MSC before, you probably already know they can be pretty particular about onboard filming rules. So banning wearable cameras before someone turns the buffet line into a live stream scandal should not exactly be shocking. 3. American Airlines Power Bank Rule. American Airlines has revealed new rules for portable power banks because, apparently, our collective emotional support chargers have become a genuine in-flight fire hazard. Under the updated policy, passengers can now bring only 2 power banks per person, and each one must be 100 watt-hours or less, which thankfully still includes basically every normal charger people panic buy on Amazon the night before a trip. The bigger twist is that airlines now want these batteries kept where they can actually see them. So yes, your power bank can stay in your purse, backpack, or carry-on under the seat. But tossing it into the overhead bin and forgetting about it is no longer allowed. And of course, charging the power banks during the flight is also off limits. The crackdown comes after a growing number of lithium-ion battery overheating incidents on planes, which means airlines have officially decided that passengers carrying mystery chargers and a tangle of cables is maybe not the safest vibe at 35,000 feet. And since one airline starts a rule and the others immediately copy it, Southwest and Delta are tightening their battery policies too. And just to keep things interesting, this update mainly affects Caribbean and Alaska sailings, while other regions continue doing their own version of pricing roulette depending on where you're cruising. 4. Special ETA rules for UK travel. Travelers heading to the UK, including cruise passengers stopping at or departing from places like Southampton, now need more than just a passport. They're required to apply online for an electronic travel authorization, known as ETA, before arrival. Without it, you could be denied boarding or refused entry, which is a pretty expensive way to learn about paperwork you didn't read. The ETA costs about £20 and must be completed through the official UK government website, since it's linked directly to your passport once approved and is valid for multiple entries over a period of time. Every traveler, including children, needs their own approval. Unsurprisingly, scammers have also entered the chat, setting up unofficial sites that charge inflated assistance fees for something that's actually quick and straightforward to do yourself. The main takeaway is simple. Sort the ETA early, use the official site, and don't let the last-minute admin become the most stressful part of your trip. 5. AMA Waterways taking river cruise. Luxury to the next level. With a new season and refreshed branding rolling into 2026, AMA Waterways is continuing to lean into a more upscale river cruise experience. The company has announced a series of fleet-wide upgrades covering cabins, dining, and onboard amenities, with CEO Catherine Powell saying the line is investing in the guest experience more than ever before. Inside the cabins, guests can expect upgraded touches like plush linens, bathrobes, slippers, and bathroom amenities by Maurice Delamaris. There's also a new retail partnership bringing Laura Geller skincare and makeup products into onboard gift shops. Dining and drinks are also getting a refresh. The chef's table will introduce new Italian lunch options, while culinary director Robert Kellerhaus is updating signature dinner menus. The main lounge, now called The Lark, will offer all-day refreshments and an expanded menu throughout the day. The wine list is being expanded as well, with more than 30 red, white, and rosé options available on each sailing, plus premium bottles for guests who want additional choice. On select cruises, guests will also be offered desserts from regional chocolatiers. To round things out, AMA Waterways is adding daily freshly baked bread selections along with an all-day snack offering that includes protein balls, muesli bars, dried fruit, nuts, and cookies, adding a bit more variety and flexibility to onboard dining throughout the day. 6. Addition of new ships. Besides the luxury experience update, AMA Waterways is also moving forward with an ambitious expansion plan that will significantly grow its global fleet over the next decade. The company currently operates 31 ships and is set to exceed 50 vessels by 2032, marking one of its largest growth phases to date. This includes the addition of 15 new river ships in Europe, alongside planned capacity increases in other regions. According to the announcement, the expansion will see more than one new ship introduced per year. The company is also extending its reach beyond its traditional European focus, with additional vessels planned for rivers in Africa, including the Chobe and Nile. The confirmed lineup of new ships to launch so far includes AMA Nubia and AMA Cleo on the Nile River in 2026 and 2028, AMA Rudy on the Danube in 2027, AMA Maya on the Mekong in 2027, AMA Gaia on the Douro in 2028, AMA Fiora on the Rhine in 2027, and AMA Clara on the Rhone in 2028. Overall, it highlights the rising popularity of river cruises in AMA Waterways, positioning itself for a bigger global footprint. 7. Port restrictions in Amsterdam. While European cruising is gaining immense popularity, at the same time, it has led to discussions about river traffic levels and how busy some European ports may become as cruise activity continues to grow. At a River Cruise Expo in Amsterdam, cruise company representatives said they welcome new companies entering the European river cruise market, saying it brings more visibility to the industry. Although hundreds of river cruise ships already operate across Europe, industry representatives emphasize that passenger numbers remain relatively small, typically around 100 to 150 guests per vessel, meaning they do not place the same pressure on destinations as ocean cruise ships carrying thousands of passengers. They also argue that capacity remains available in many ports, particularly larger hubs. However, some changes are already underway. Amsterdam, which is one of the key starting and ending points for popular river cruise routes through destinations such as the Rhine Valley, Austria, France, and Switzerland, has announced it will reduce river cruise ship dockings near Amsterdam Central, cutting nearly half of the roughly 2,000 port calls made in recent years. As a result, some passengers will need to use buses or ferries to reach the city center instead of walking directly from the ship. 8. Increase in cruise taxes. Cruise prices are gradually increasing, but not only because of inflation or larger ships. In many cases, it is also due to rising tourism taxes and port fees. Across different EU destinations, Governments are adjusting visitor charges and cruise-related fees to manage high tourism numbers. In Greece, a new cruise passenger tax was introduced for island stops. Cruise ships docking at popular islands like Santorini and Mykonos now pay €20 per passenger, while smaller islands charge €5 per passenger. Greece expects it could generate up to €50 million per year and will use the money to improve infrastructure, such as ports, which often struggle with high cruise traffic. Other destinations in Europe are also managing tourism more closely due to rising visitor numbers. While these changes don't always make major headlines, they are gradually adding to the overall cost of cruising. 9. Upcoming new ETIAS rule. The ETIAS rule is one of the biggest upcoming travel changes for people visiting Europe. And yes, it's something cruise travelers need to keep an eye on as well. ETIAS, short for the European Travel Information and Authorization System, is expected to launch in late 2026, sometime between October and December. Once it officially begins, travelers from more than 60 visa-exempt countries, including the US, UK, Canada, and Australia, will need online travel authorization before entering many countries in Europe's Schengen area. Now, despite the intimidating name, ETIAS is not a visa. It's more like a pre-travel approval system tied to your passport. Travelers will apply online on the official website, answer a few security questions, pay a small fee, and receive authorization before their trip. And yes, this includes cruise passengers too. So if your itinerary includes ports in countries like France, Italy, Spain, Greece, or the Netherlands, this may become part of your pre-cruise checklist. And the good news is that travelers don't need to do anything just yet. The EU is expected to confirm the official rollout date ahead of launch, but the growing concern is that many travelers still have no idea this change is coming.